Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick Girls, the final season, episode 2, hostage situation. Brett, Ben, Alonzo, we know it's a dude panel talking about girls. We apologize. This looks like that time the Republicans talked about birth control. But, you know, the usual women who were here couldn't come in, so we are going to carry on anyway.
I think we'll be as hard on Desi as anyone.
Oh my God,
Yes,
fucking Desi. I think he looks like someone from the Pacific Northwest knitted a man.
So good.
One of my favorite lines of the entire run of this series.
Yeah, it was good because there was a line in this episode I didn't like because it was inconsistent with another line. Bob, just chill out, sweet girl. This is our girl. So, like, that was such a great. Lena Dunham wrote and directed both these first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And all right, go. Just go do what you want. Go do what you want.
The dog situation.
I think you think we have to fix it. To me, this is what makes it this.
Carry on.
What's she whining about? So so we liked in that line's great, but then Shosh had that line about where it was funny, where he was like, you know, Justin Trudeau, where
yes, you mean Justin Theroux.
But it came like the episode after the connection that she had with
about
Ray,
Paul Krugman.
with
That
Paul
was
Krugman,
funny.
and I was like, nobody who reads Paul Krugman makes it Justin Trudeau, unless they're kidding. But she seemed like it was like, when we want her to be kind of in, she's in, and then when we want her to be dumb, we'll still have her dumb.
That's a fair cop. I agree with you.
Just a slight problem, not a major.
And I have, it's funny, I always watch the show with the titles on because I'm old and deaf. And everybody mumbles on TV now. But we had friends over who didn't like it, and our compromise was, we'll only have the titles on when Shosh talks, because she goes so fast, I cannot follow what she's saying.
That's a great compromise.
So yeah, the Shosh arc in
Yes.
this episode is where she goes to an event with Jessa and Elijah, and those scenes had my other favorite line of this episode, which was, for those of you who are not sure, wondering if trans people can be part of this women's event, our answer is, we're not
We don't
sure.
know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
And
It's
it's
great.
so perfect. I felt like that was the tightest, best, most telling of their feelings about this kind of group.
Yes.
Of the episode.
So yeah,
It was so great.
the 2 former friends of Shosh who were hosting the thing, I loved after they kind of blow her off at the end and tell her they're still mad at her about Aruba, and they both do a simultaneous like head cock and spin, like it was just this great little physical moment of like, okay, bye.
And they both had the vocal fry like amped to a 10. There's we're dealing with elitism, right, in this country, and the idea that elites. And I'm an elite, and I'm one of the elites they complain about because I think I know best, right? For others, right? I mean, I get that, but there's a degree of, and that's okay. Not that I'm a part of it, but I think there are a large group of very smart people who may know best, right? And but there is a thing about a certain brand of New Yorker which girls get so right that I hate, and I suspect I feel that same elitism toward them, or that resentfulness of their elitism that millions and millions of Trump voters are like, how come you people in New York and California think you?
Right, and it is those people.
Right.
And it does feed into like that thing about liberals where they won't take their own side in a debate. Is like these folks seem to fit into that category.
Totally, yeah.
But they seem to somehow point out even more annoying folks than them. And I think part of the whole group is that they all hate each other within it.
Right.
Because they all think they know best within the island.
Right, except we're getting some of that, really good writing, like this point, that Marnie Hannah conversation, where Hannah says, "Look, of course you don't see it that every guy you're with is a drug addict because you
are self-absorbed.
You're so self-absorbed." And she's like, "And I know from self-absorption. I'm the queen of self-absorption. We both don't know anything."
You know, we talked last week about what's this season going to be. Is anybody going to learn anything? Is anybody going to have change over the course of this thing? And I think I said then that, like, if anything, it's going to be little steps.
Yeah.
Little tiny steps of maybe crawling out of the muck of what their lives are at the moment. And that was a little step. The thing where for Hannah to acknowledge her self-absorption, for Marnie to realize it and to realize that Desi is an absolutely kind of go nowhere proposition. Like, there's not going to be any giant revelations in this show. I think they're too smart for that.
Yeah, and maybe Shosh too. I mean, we don't know what Shosh is crying about when Jessa yells, "Grow up." But to me, I thought some of it was,
Well,
Like,
she broke with Jessa. That was
She
a big
broke with
thing.
Jessa, but she's also thinking, yeah, this is ridiculous. Yes, I
do need to grow
I
up,
do need
yeah.
to grow up, and I do need to and because of course those girls, women, what was it?
Weeman.
Weeman, so great. I mean, they were loathsome. They
Yeah.
were loathsome. I mean, the trans line was and then I heard they didn't spoil anything, but Lena Dunham and Jenny Connor were on Howard, and said essentially like, you know, he was like, he'd seen the first 3 episodes, but he was like, is there going to be a big, you know? And they were like, there'll be, you know, it'll be big, but it can't be that. It can't be that big.
Right.
It can't, you know, it's not like you know, Hannah gets elected mayor.
Right.
Right?
And I think when I look,
This would be a good show to end with a flash forward, actually.
Oh, it would be a good
You
show.
Yeah.
think, like 10 years
Yeah.
later or something?
but it's taken straight from 6 Feet Under, where it's just like
or straight to their
deaths.
deaths. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, when I look back on like how I've changed since I was 23 or 25, there's definitely stuff I don't do at all anymore that I used to do. I just don't know when that moment was when I stopped doing it. It wasn't like a giant moment. I just look back and go like, yeah, I don't surround myself with those people somehow. There aren't huge moments, and there are times in the past in this show where each character has totally learned a lesson, even though Bob disagrees with me, where they've totally learned a lesson, and specifically Marnie, who seems to learn something here about her pattern with boyfriends. But but her weakness is always when someone thinks she's amazing and tells her
Totally,
that
right.
she's a recidivist, and then that happens. So,
So
we
we've
don't
seen,
know.
because Marnie has had moments and then clearly has
Undone
evidenced
them all,
and
yeah.
undone them all. So like, I don't even know what to hope for, because I loved Marnie and Ray, even though I guess we're supposed to believe, and probably right, based on the Krugman conversation, which I guess was episode 1,
Right.
that Shosh and Ray are obviously the couple that
Yes.
belongs together, because first of all, another great line. He's like, no, you go back here. I have some reading. I have a bunch of reading for pleasure to catch up on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
By the way,
and then, and I'm sorry, but Ray's moment, and I guess it was the first thing, but Ray's moment
he's proofing her
where he
article. in
proofs
the
her
Times,
article
yeah.
and says, all he says is, sloppy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marnie, I want to give credit where it's due. The faces that she's making after she's had an orgasm and Desi is still on top of her and the necklace is in her face
Yeah.
and she's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
comic brilliance.
Yeah.
Great cold open.
They,
Hottest cold open I've ever seen.
yeah, it's man, it's got some great moments in it. I heard, you know, back to that Howard interview with Jenny Connor and because, you know, Lena Dunham also. I mean, really, there was I guess it was online that, you know, no, Lena Dunham is not why Hillary Clinton lost. I mean, the fact
Right.
that that article even has to occur. But she was talking about like, nah, you know what? I'll leave it out, because it made me go like, oh, gee, it made me roll my eyes at her. And I don't want to be among the people to, because I think she just wrote and directed these 2 episodes, right, and starred in them. If there's a definition of artistic brilliance in this arena, she's it. She's it. But she says some things sometimes that, again, like it seemed like I tell you what, I can say it this way, because it seemed like what Hannah would say. She was talking about how she didn't like the Super Bowl and didn't go to Super Bowl parties and just went out with her friends, which, God bless her, go forward. There's nothing wrong with that. But she's like, yeah, I don't care about sports unless it has to do with Venus or Serena Williams. And I was like, ugh.
Good Lord.
Right. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Like that sounded like Hannah. Maybe she was trying the line out.
There is something about Lena Dunham where I think she does great work, and yet it's hard not to be like,
Totally.
you know, with her. But it doesn't make me. It doesn't make me deny that the work is still great.
Oh my, no, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of, you know, there seems to be this sort of, you know, really blunt honesty to her. That again, right? If you're blunt and honest, you know, sometimes, you know, Rush Limbaugh thinks he's blunt and honest.
Right, and that
Sometimes
becomes
you're-
a kind of
sometimes you're-
provocation or
right.
whatever,
Sometimes
yeah.
you're a fool, but but man, her talent is really undeniable, and that show is. There's these 2 episodes I've found, you know, they're really addictive. They're such high quality.
And she was able to get very genre specific in her directorial approach in this horror film
Yeah, I
that
say
she
there's
directed.
that
in
hard
the
show.
center.
Somebody said, "Wait, there's underscoring? There's ever underscoring on this
Yeah,
show?"
we had some Dutch upward angles. Like it was like Citizen Kane.
What? Just real quick to throw out there. What do we think is the significance of Thrift Store Lady in the tea set? Like, 'cause that was a great scene.
It was a great scene and a
what
great,
are we to make
great
of it?
line. A girl who that needs a tea set and her life might depend on getting a tea set. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, that's sort of, you know, this is full of people who, again, make me compelled to watch and make me hate this kind of person. This sort of, there was a superiority in her, even her story, which is almost certainly untrue.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm psychic and I survived
and
the
I
blah,
survived
blah,
the third rail, and
Chris
I was
Noth.
obviously I was in fashion.
The fact that they mentioned Chris Noth takes away all hope that I had that in the final episode of this season we'd have like a crossover with Sex and the City.
Well, but isn't it? I thought it incredibly interesting that it was Chris Noth from Law and Order and not
Sex
Sex
and
and
the
the
City.
City.
That's
I wonder.
true. Maybe
HBO
there is no
show?
Sex in the City in this universe.
It's
That's
like
right.
in
Yeah.
Family
Real
Guy,
thing.
they have rules about, like, it's weird that Brian talks to people, but he can't talk to Stewie, so we can acknowledge Chris Noth, but not through Sex and the City.
All right, this is one of my favorite episodes. I think
It was great. I
hands
thought the
down.
first one was great too. So
Yeah. So we're
Anna
off-
did not like it.
Anna did not.
Anna was like, I thought they had more opportunity. I talked to her a little bit earlier. She said, I thought they had some opportunity to explore some more serious stuff about, like, it's presumably about oxy addiction and, like, this weird, like, violent dude. And didn't really explore it,
All
but
right.
I liked it for
Anna, if
entertainment
you have
value.
complaints about the show, you come on here and you express your complaints.
Yeah, like
we
Bob.
miss not having you here.
Bob's here.
Bob's my dog now.
Bob's whining.
Thank you, Bob. All right, so hopefully we'll have Anna next week, and hopefully we'll have you next week. So join us then.